So this is like a continuation of the pork broth that I've been making over the little while. So what I did is I just skimmed off all the stuff on top and strained it, just brought it out here to the chickens. And then I poured it into 2 pots, and now it's in the refrigerator, and I'm gonna let it cool. And what cooling it down is gonna do is that fat is gonna separate and sit on top. And I can break that up and get most of that fat off, because you don't want too much fat in it whenever you're canning and stuff. So, and then the plan after that is to can it. Alright, so now it's canning time. We just went through the process of putting all the broth in the cans. First we took it out of the refrigerator and we skimmed all that thick fat off, because you don't want all that in your jars. So skimmed all that off, came off pretty easy, and then I warmed the broth back up because you want to hot pack it. So, and it also just it allows any other fat in there to just really kind of melt and kind of get even throughout it. So did that, sanitized my jars, heated up my lids, and then I distributed it. I actually ended up messing up. I didn't hit record when I was filling up the jars. I mean, I was just gonna do a little fast thing, but oh well. The jars are full. I got about 9. Now I got 10 quarts out of it. So now I'm out here getting my canner ready. Just got the heat on. The heat is on. I put water in here. I've got water in here. You can barely see it. It's about right here. Might put a little bit more in there, and then I've got my little tray in the bottom, and that tray is going to help obviously keep the jars off the bottom. If you don't know anything about canning, these trays go in the bottom, keeps it off the bottom so that your jars don't break, hopefully. So your jars could still break, but and we're going to heat this up, test the you always want to test. You got this little nipple thing right there. You got that little nipple. You always want to blow through it, make sure it's clear. You can also put the top on while you're heating it up, and it'll shoot steam out of it too. But you always want to make sure that this little valve is open, there's no obstructions, because that's what causes problems. And that's where your weight's going to go. Our process time is going to be about 90 minutes. We're doing quarts, so we're going to do it 90 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure. So we're going to get all this set up and going. So if you've never used one of these canners before, they have an arrow on the lid. You want that arrow when you close it to line up with this little notch, and that way it's everything's set. All of your little knobs are going to line up, and then you'll tighten it across from each other. See the steam? That means there's no blockages. So now I can cool it. I can cut heat and break other things at the same time. But now I can cut the heat and let it cool and throw the jars in there. We're not going to throw them. That's dangerous. You don't want to break them. We're going to set the jars in there. Safety. Alright, let's also be clear the fact that I'm going to let that steam settle down before opening the top. There's still pressure in there, so I'm not going to undo it. But you can see on the pressure gauge, it's at a point, it's maybe 1 pound of pressure. Maybe. So you still want to let that steam settle before opening it, because again, safety.
1, 2, 3, oh hey, nice to meet you here online.
I'm gonna tell you the most important part to me about canning is being comfortable where you're canning. I'm the kind of guy that likes to be outside, so I created me an outdoor porch area where I have my little burner, and I'm outside, and I have my TV right there. I'm about to turn some YouTube on and watch some TV while I spend my day canning. So it's just happy time. I don't like being stuck inside in the kitchen and just being there. You know, I guess I could have put a TV in the kitchen, but also it's hard to film in there because I get all kinds of interference and it makes that tick 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 noise. I'm pretty sure I said that before. And outside, Wade can play, Drake can hang out, and just be a Be a good time. Good time. It's very important. Be comfortable with where you're canning.
Then you ask me for my IG, send a little fire, say you know what I mean. No, I do, but not with you. I said, but I never do. Spend my time alone with you. You and I got lost to lose, but I'm not in love with you. 1, 2, 3, oh hi, nice to meet you. Here online, get all the guys on hold. 4, 5, 6, right, oh man, that was supposed to
I don't know what these would be called in England, because a biscuit in England is what we call a cookie. Right.
let's go to the edge, see what my
Alright, so my timer just went off and I just cut off the heat to the pot, and now I will let the pressure drop all the way down. Well, you leave the weight on until the pressure goes all the way down. Because if you take that weight off, it's gonna go it's gonna make bad. Leave the weight on, let that pressure drop all the way to 0 before doing anything else.
my hand on my soul. It's all so pretty through the phone, but when I see you live, I can't go through. 1, 2, 3, oh hi, nice to meet you. Here online, no no. Get all the guys on hold. 4, 5, 6, white right. Oh man, that was supposed to be left. Don't know. But be the guys on hold.
Alright, that's how you can pork broth. So now what I'll do is I'll take these inside and I'll let them cool, and as they cool, you'll see these little top, these little pieces right there, right at the top, it'll pop down. Some of the greatest sounds ever is just hearing it sealed. So they're still boiling, and like I said, as they cool down, they will start to pop. So that's the first 6, and now I've got 4 more in there to do, but that's how you do it. And I hope it helps you, and enjoy. Catch you in the next one.